Welcome everybody. So we had some price movement in Bitcoin, like I said, video before last or last video that consolidation in this area would be awesome. This is the daily. Looks like we got to bounce off the 30 MA here. 4 hour. I mean, there was some sell off. That monthly close was extremely important. We do have a 9 right here, so that's kind of exhaustion. We can go to our 30 MA on the hourly and see that it would have got us an entry here at 51. So we're kind of just in it if you're trading that. I did add this level here of a retest area. We could get a green number. We're pausing, we're consolidating. We did have a pretty big run up. The new day had already started, and the last 4 days have been, well, really 5 days have been positive. Even though we had this drop all the way down here, and just on the 5th, everyone was nervous that we were going to go lower, possibly entering a bear market. We're far from that. In my opinion, I also did say as soon as we got a green number closing above a par green number above this high, that was going to be bullish. We almost got there here. It would have been nice if we could have got there here, right at 52,415 is where it was. The high was 52,666. We got the close here, so that's bullish. We can pull up some other indicators. Aside from our moving average, we can look at our funding rate, still relatively positive. 4 hour did go negative, so that could have been a bullish indication on the hourly. We're positive. Let's look at it on the weekly. Weekly we're positive, but not as high as we were. So, but this can stay positive, right? We can look back in 2017. I always do comparative to 2017 because it's our last reference point, really, of the cycle. We went a lot higher. We're still low compared to that. So, what else are we going to pull up? Let's pull up our Bollinger Bands. It's something we haven't looked at in a while. I'll take the TD sequential off. We're really at the upper band. This is getting some good follow through. Here this is showing consolidation, which is kind of good, and it's kind of matching up for our Fibonacci's as far as consolidation. Once we break the high, that's really good. I can turn this and flip this to kind of give a potential just off of Fibonacci. Why is this not letting me do anything? Because it's locked. There we go, because it was locked. What the upper prices could be. I would reverse that. No, that's actually drawn wrong. No, we could do that. So somewhere, no, this isn't the one I had. Let me pull up the one I had. Kind of don't want to mess with this one. I know I had another one up here that had it drawn properly. Lock that one. Let me pull this up real quick. Oh, not this one. I thought I had one on here. I don't want to have to redraw it. I save a lot of this stuff, so I don't have to redraw it, but it's not difficult to redraw. Nope. I'll just redraw it. But let's continue looking at our Bollinger Bands real quick. So yeah, we're on the upper end. We're not really in over what could be considered overbought. It's kind of just holding, which is good. This is good on the Bollinger Band end. Let's go back to this this weekly. And you want to draw it. Yeah, no, okay, so it probably was over here. I just wasn't zoomed out enough. Where's all my Fibonacci's? Here's one. There it is. There we go. I knew I had it drawn on here already. Let me hide that for a second. Okay, so where's our levels? 45, that's support again, also on this Fibonacci on the run up. So 61 is our next level, then 71. And after that, that's pretty much, I can add some of these other Fibonacci ratios in here to get upper limits, not that one. Yeah, I'd rather that one actually. This one, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I can extrapolate, maybe write in the code to add the next Fibonacci after the 4.764. But as of right now, that's where we're at. If we go extended beyond that, um, like I said, these are just guides. So right now, the next target of potential resistance, um, based on on this Fibonacci, is 61, 62 area. I did say on the Mayer multiples, those actually might be better, as far as maybe showing price and where we could be. So the Mayer multiple, I'm going to get that added on my chart eventually. I just need to find the math for it. I have a general idea what it is, but I'm going to add, it's going to be in my chart. I'm working through some other things, but I'm going to get it there. So we broke it here. Let me zoom in better. So we broke it. We technically broke it right here. So within 60 days, we'd be at around 80. 60 days from that. So just say March, April, sometime in April, somewhere around 80. Was it 80 or 85 maybe? Yeah, say 80, between 80 and 85. And again, this is such a special time in this cycle. We've never, consolidated on this upper band. So this is definitely different. Man, I love this site. I need to get some of these added on my chart. Cycle repeat, we'll look at this real quick. Oh, wow, 700,000. Again, just fun to look at. Let's go back to this chart. We're getting a little bit of a pullback here, which is what we see in the T sequential anyway. So, 1 to 4 candle potential pullback. Support would be right here on this lower end, right around 49.3, 49.4. What kind of drop would that be? From where we were, 9 to 10% drop. Not crazy. It'd be a pullback, but not crazy. Not really the 15 to 25%. I mean, I do have a retest area here at 46. A lot of people would be worried if it went that low, 15, 16%. But it's actually okay. It would just be retesting this bottom, maybe this bottom end area. So yeah, 1 to 4 candle pullback. We'll see what happens in the next, over the next 2 hours. That'd be 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. So nothing crazy. So that's it about Bitcoin, pretty much. Looking for a new all-time high pretty soon. New all-time high. I think I had tweeted something out. So, it could potentially be within the next week. Yeah, I know what it was. The weekly, I said if we're on I'll pull up this other TD sequential because it continues the count. We're on a 6. So in order to get that 7 next week, we need to close above 57,489. That would we would almost have to hit a new all-time high next week. So within the next 7 to 10 days, probably new all-time high. Let's look at the CMF. Nope, not the correlation coefficient. CMF is kind of trending down, or it's staying relatively flat. We need to this needs to break out higher. We are flat on as far as price goes. This is trending down as price went up, but we had a little bit of a sell-off here. For the most part, we reached a peak of the last high we were at, so this is neutral. Here we're getting bullish divergence. So maybe we have a little bit of a pullback. Let's see what we have on the TD sequential here. It's compiling. There we go. Yeah, we're just at support, Yeah, this is going a little bit down more. Yeah, well, what is this? 2.5%? Support's right here. Right? Again, what sort of drop? Actually, let's count and see where we could potentially find support on this 1 to 4 candle pullback. So we close, say here. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, somewhere right here. So, I mean, these prices were so close. 1, 2, 3, 4, right here, somewhere around 53.4, 53.5, and where did we go? We went as low as 53.350, so that's $50 on an asset that's $53,000, $54,000. That's not that bad. So yeah, we are at the support area, which is the lower end of the 6. This is based off of the 4-hour time frame. Maybe we get this one candle, and then the next couple hours we go up. we should see some CMF trending up. It's going down, and on the hourly it was. But let's look at our unbalanced volume. So there is something else. I've been seeing it floating around for a while, probably for the past 8 to 12 months. It's something I never really paid attention to. It's called VWAP, so it's a volume weighted average price. And there's enough talk now. My base strategy on for trading is TD sequential. I use on balance volume. I use CMF and Bollinger Band, some other things, but mainly it's in patterns and my moving averages. But this volume weighted average price, there's a lot of talk amongst technical analysts in the space on volume weighted average price, and then now there's something called anchored volume weighted average price, where you anchor the price based on previous highs or previous lows, depending on what time frame and what you're actually trying to capture. And you can run different scenarios on the anchored, the volume weighted average price anchored. So I'm gonna look more into that. It kind of caught my attention whenever John Bollinger had mentioned it on his Twitter, and he is the person who created the Bollinger Bands. So whenever he whenever he says that he's paying attention and learning about this anchored volume weighted average price, it kind of hinted to me that if someone like that who has created indicators before and still an active trader in the space, being older, they always say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, if he's taking the time to learn this and look into it, then it's probably a good idea that I increase my knowledge on it, and maybe based off of what I see whenever I actually put it in, maybe it's something I can use, and just make my tool bag bigger and improve my trading. If it hurts my trading, then I'll look into it and have knowledge about it. But if it improves my trading, then and gives me better entries and exits, then I want to go ahead and utilize it. So that's it about Bitcoin. A little bit of talking about some technical analysis. We're going to look at gold because there's a lot of people saying that gold has actually found a bottom. I don't think that's the case. The bond yields started going down. We are getting that stimulus. The House is going to vote on it tomorrow, so there's been some volatility in the markets based on the anticipation of that. And I mean, I really honestly believe we can see the 4 hour. We just got a retest. If we end up getting a retest of the breakout, that again would also not surprise me. That'd be perfectly okay and in line with what I have. This should actually be a green. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did get a retest of this area and then a further breakdown. But we did get a 9, and we could get that retest, that 1 to 4 candle retest. This is also working out to be a reversal candle. Let me mark this here. That's what I was trying to do. I'm gonna make this white. All right. So I think we're gonna go lower. I still think we're gonna finish this this channel target. Is there really support here? Not really. I mean, I can draw some Fibonacci's, but I'm not that interested. If you're on Twitter, Peter Schiff is like the permabull on gold. But the sad thing about it is that if you would have bought it in 2011, you would actually be down right now. So if you would have been, that takes some horrible luck. But say I bought the top, right? If I would have bought the Bitcoin top, 20K, the last top, I'd be up, But right now, if I bought the gold top, I'd be down 11%. So how does an asset be a store of wealth, a store of value, whenever I hold it over a span from 2011, basically 10 years, and not only has it not kept up with itself, it's 11% down. Overall, with the market, it's performed horribly. So, there's times to hold gold and there's times to not hold it. Right now is times not to hold it. I'm going to wait. I'm going to let the market kind of find what price it wants gold to be at. We do have a 9. Maybe we get a retest of this breakout, and then everyone says, oh, gold's at 1,800, 1,700. That was the bottom, and then it breaks down again. I'm not in it. I'm waiting. Look at my moving averages. Everything's going down. Let's see. Yeah. When's the last time we saw this? Right here, went kind of look crazy, and then we trended down. It's not looking good until these things start to trend up. Oil, I had talked about oil. I want to talk about it because it hit that trend line and it's starting to pull back. This is crazy. I mean, this is how a trend line, just some, what people say arbitrary points on a chart, is still holding up. I mean, it hit it, and now we're getting this pullback in oil, right? So I think it's going to hold up. It looks like it is. It looks like it's going to hold up well. So that's oil. I wanted to point that out. I do want to point out AMC, part of the kind of meme stocks. There was an entry that you could have got in. You could have actually used this longer time frame strategy to be in it, and it would have gotten you in it. So there was a pullback. It kind of would have gotten you in. Oh, so you're looking for the 3 and the 8 to be over this pink line. You wouldn't have been 100% in. You would have got this run up, then the massive sell off. But now you're looking because whenever you get these crosses, you wait for the prior week high to close at least on the daily or the 4 hour above. You wait for the weekly to close, or what the 4 hour and the daily time frames of the following week to close above the prior week's high. So here, even though this was a red one, you did get a break, and especially above the 2-week high and a weekly close. So you could have gone 100% in based on this strategy at $8, and then you would be up 31% in 2 weeks. So, but if you didn't want to do that, you could look at this hourly, and the hourly would have gotten you in right here. We know this works, so you would have got in on the open, close at 868. Let's say we got the top. We did horrible when we got the top. You'd be up, 18%. And this would have gotten you in on the 8th. Today is what? What's today? Today is the 9th. Oh, it's yesterday. So it would have gotten you in yesterday. And then you'd be up 18% on the meme stock. So there could be a sell-off here to these 9s. I usually don't use the hourly to do my targets. This is a reversal candle, but I had a target of 1099 based on this area where we didn't come back up to it. We're going to retest that area. I think post-market, again, I always say don't trust post or pre-market prices, but post-market, just for the purposes of this, we're going to tomorrow, the post-market, AMC closed at 11:03. They do have earnings tomorrow. I usually don't play earnings. So in reality, if I wanted to play earnings, I'd probably have to maybe understand and look a little bit more on fundamentals on what it earned the last quarters, considering that all the markets, the theaters were closed. I know New York was a big market. They reopened their, the governor there had reopened that theaters could now have, customer, they could reopen. Is that going to play into the quarterly earnings? We can see where they were. Have they not reported, or maybe they haven't reported, but tomorrow there's an estimate. But as long as they're, I don't know why the previous earnings aren't showing, but as long as they're up from the last quarter, I would think that would be positive. So maybe we get to this 9, and then we sell off. We would get a 5, and then price would reach it, and it would have to close down here below 903 in order for it to be a red 1. That's perfectly possible. Now, if I'm playing it tomorrow and it does do a price run up, if I want to put a stop, knowing that this was my target, and I probably should be taking a profit here, because even just looking at it, if I'm looking at it fundamentally, I'm not a fundamental trader, but before COVID hit in January, we were consolidating, right, at $6. AMC is now higher. It doesn't really have more customers. It's not expanding because there's a lot of demand for movie theaters. There's a lot of online streaming. How is something that doesn't have increased, sales trade higher compared to a time whenever it had, everything was fine in operations running as normal. That's kind of hard for me to believe. It could be all the money that's being printed into the system running up the asset prices. Probably has something to do with it. But if I'm looking for targets, I'm here. I could stick into it, but if I want to put a stop to take some profits and then maybe re-enter later, because I don't want to give up my gains waiting for this thing to crash all the way back down to, maybe 875, considering that I entered right around there. So it'd be, it'd be a break-even trade. This is going to trend up. But say it's 9, I'm not going to, I'm up 18%. If I wait, maybe I'm up only 5 or something like that. That wouldn't be, a percent or two. I'm up 18%. I'm not going to give up 15% or 16%. So what could I do? Considering that, we're going to look at the RSI. The RSI is already coming down. Oh, it's flat. It found some support. I thought it was coming down. Maybe I looked at it earlier in the day around lunchtime and saw that it was coming down. Because I did enter this position. CMF. CMF is actually climbing. That's actually good. So tomorrow could be a big run-up. Looking for 1099, then we're looking for 1290. We're going to find some resistance here at, looks like at 1130, potentially. I probably should have redrawn this. This is on the hourly. Why did I draw it on the hourly? I don't have anything on the longer term time frames. Yeah, I'm not sure why this is here. Maybe I was trying to find targets on the way up, but it should have been drawn another way. I won't spend the time to do that because I have targets for my on my TD sequential. Maybe I'll just delete this. All right, so AMC, there we go. Where am I going to put my stop if I wanted to be safe? I put it here. I put it at 919. I entered at 860 something. So I entered at 9. Yeah, that would be a break even. It'd probably be best to put it at the low of this 4. Right around $10, especially if we get a big price run up within the first hour or the first 30 minutes of the market. Again, trading's dynamic. I would have to look at my indicators on the RSI to see where it's going. On the CMF looked good. On the daily, it looks not good. It should be higher. This is the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, this is breaking out, which is good. But I would look. But if I absolutely had to, say I couldn't be watching this, I would put a stop at say 11 or 10, say 10:05. I'd put a stop at 10:05, knowing that I entered around 850. It would still give me right around a 17% return, which is okay because we're here to make profits. We're not here to catch the exact top. And 17% return in 2 days is phenomenal. So we'll look at TLRY too real quick. There's these go-tos. Someone at the end of my videos, I always say leave the comments in the comments. Yeah, good thing I'm recording. I didn't even check it. Leave the comments in the comments, and someone left comments in the comments. Literally, I thought that was funny. Maybe in the future, if something like that occurs, as this channel grows, maybe I'll give a giveaway or do a giveaway or something for witty comments like that. Yeah. So TLRY, we had a break of the hourly. You could have entered. You could have waited to enter here. Where are we at? Yeah, at 23.91, you would have closed the day 2% up. It's not a crazy trade, but you're still up. Really, this dip, I had added on this dip because that day the market was just we had hit the 1941 area right here, this retest area. I actually put a buy order there. That got filled. We went lower, but I'm not really concerned about catching the bottom, right? How much time did I have to buy that dip if I had it at 1941? So here we went to within the hour. Let's go back to a smaller time frame. Let's go to the 15-minute. Oh man, this is running slow today. Why is this running slow? There we go. So let's see how much time you actually had to buy the dip. If you would have put it at 1941. So low is, where's this at? Right here. So you had between 10 o'clock and 10:45. So you had 30 minutes. I'm sorry. Was it 10 o'clock? Yeah, 45 minutes, about. Let's go to an even smaller time frame. Yep, so right here, from 10:10 from 10:10 to 10:45. So you had 35 minutes to catch the bottom, right? To fill in at 19:45. 35 minutes. Like I said, I'm not trying to catch the bottom, the exact bottom. I'm putting a buy-in order in based on my TD sequential and where support should be and where we could possibly get a bounce. I got in. Now, where am I at? Now, how much return am I in? I'm up 25%. I'm up 25% in 1, 2 days, 3 days tomorrow. I know this opened up. This closed up above where we were. So post market, it got all the way up to 24.71. How high was this right here? So about, let's see. So based on post market numbers, 24.71, somewhere. Yeah, so we're around like 20, say 27%, but we were at 25%. Just based off of an entry on the TD sequential. I didn't go heavy in the, it was scaling in, right? Because if we would have broken here, this was support. This lower end was also support at $18. If you would have put one there, that wouldn't have got filled. But this is a big bounce, and based off of TD sequential, we have a count, we have the 9, we have this 1. This is showing if you get a bounce off of this one low or this one area, that you can get substantial price move back up, and we did. We hit the 9 high that didn't get retested. We hit this one area, and now we're getting a bounce. We got a bounce 25%. So 25% in 2 days isn't bad. Scaled in more day before yesterday. So we'll see how this goes. Where am I wrong? I'm pretty much wrong on this low. So say the average price is somewhere around here, say 22. It would have to go 17% down, but if I'm being honest, I'm going to definitely exit before that. I'm not going to let these returns get away from me. Oh man, this is taking really long today. And this video is going it's gone longer than what I wanted to. Yeah, I'm probably going to put a stop here on this low of this 6. If we start to get a substantial movement down, so $24. Average price in was right around 22, I think. So, yeah, so, 9% return, something like that. That's whenever I factor in what I had gone into and then also what I bought on the dip, which isn't bad in, 3 days. So, there could have been an option play here as well, but I didn't choose to do that. So, so yeah, that's about it. And, leave the comments in the comments again if there's any trades. Oh, I did get a request to look at Cardano. Non-biased look. Let's look at, I don't know where the majority of the volume happens for Cardano. So let's just go look. Cardano, and I'm going to look at markets, and I'm going to go off of volume. Oh, this is USDT. That can't be right. Oh, percentage volume. That's what I want to do. I guess that is right. So USD based. This is probably only in the past 24 hours too. But let's just do Kraken. So where's Kraken? All right, so here we go. Yeah, we had a dip here on the daily. Our MAs are going up. I mean, everything generally moves with Bitcoin, right? Wow, we had a 9 that didn't get retested, so you would put a marker there, possible retest area. I do know that Cardano is trying to be a direct competitor to Ethereum. Problem is, even with Bitcoin, is first mover advantage. So Ethereum has that first mover advantage. I would have to look more elaborate into exactly what Cardano is doing different. Than Ethereum. I know Ethereum is trying to move to proof of stake. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. But I do know that Cardano is trying to be a direct competitor to Ethereum. So first mover advantage. So Ethereum has that first mover advantage. I would have to look more elaborate into exactly what Cardano is doing different than I'm not sure if Cardano has that in their roadmap or not. But if anything, we're just seeing some consolidation. I mean, just we just broke through that all-time high. Where would we have entered Cardano based on this triple MA? We would have entered 100% right here at 7 cents about, and we would be up. Given that we didn't exit because it wouldn't have told us to get 100%, we would be up 1,400%, which is phenomenal returns. That's 15x, all within what, since May of 2020, so not even a year. Oh yeah, a year. So 15x on your money, man. I mean, that's crazy. You did this get this large wick that could have flushed out a lot of people, but if you would have had a strategy, I mean, that recently just happened too. That's not, a lot of people probably got stopped out there, but you would have known here that you're going to retest this area. We still haven't retested this area. So there could be a dip if there's a price pullback. I would like to look at this in terms of Bitcoin, but I can tell you in terms of Bitcoin, it's most likely down and not anywhere near its previous all-time high. Because a lot of people do trade Bitcoin with other altcoins in order to get more Bitcoin. So yeah, that's the daily. The 4-hour, there is an area that we didn't retest on the downside, but we don't necessarily have to go there. Like I said, this is just a guide. Method I created, this isn't exactly the way the TD sequential's meant to be traded. We're getting the pullback. This could be a descending triangle if you really wanted to draw that. Yeah, there'll probably be support here at 105. What kind of dip would that be from where it was? That would be, 14%, which is very possible. Let's look at Cardano in terms of Bitcoin. And we're going to go to, I'm just going to use Binance. Binance is probably okay. So here's what I'm talking about, zooming out and looking at altcoins. Based off, I mean, we're still down. So if you would have bought December 2017, you would be just break even. You didn't even break your all-time high. You just broke out really from this area, which has a 9, which we haven't gone back to. So in terms of Bitcoin, Cardano's still down from the 2017 prices. Still hasn't reached a new all-time high in Bitcoin terms, which is why I kind of prefer just Bitcoin. There could be projects here. And in terms of USD, I mean, it's smashed it. But if you're holding or you're trading Bitcoin to Cardano, probably not a good idea. If you're trading USD to Cardano, that was an amazing trade, right? If you preferably if you're trading alts, it's probably best to just use dollars, and not exchange your Bitcoin for alts. Because you can see the difference in the charts. It was much better to trade dollars for Cardano than Bitcoin for Cardano. So yeah, or Tether. The Tether chart's going to be the same. So we're in some consolidation. Given that this bull cycle's not over, 150 is probably gonna happen. A new all-time high, which would be fine. That could give you, what's the return from here? Another 30%. But the majority of the run up to 15x. Can this go up another 15x? I'd have to look at the market cap, but just looking at this chart, we're in consolidation on the daily. Man, this is taking a while to load. I'm not sure what's up with that. Yeah, we're in consolidation. We could retest. We could go down to 66. This could be an area where Cardano retests, considering if we go into a bear cycle or during the bear cycle. Even all the way down here to 20 cents. Definitely possible. Cardano in the last bear cycle dropped probably more than 90%. I'll show that before I close out. I'm just marking all these areas. But hold up. So this might not be valid anymore, right? I see whenever we break all-time high, all those lower lows are not valid. So the all-time high, was it 30 cents? 30 cents looks like, but that might be that might be just a mess up. Let me pull up CoinMarketCap again. That doesn't look like it's yeah, that doesn't look right. 130 was the high. Why is this telling me? Oh, because it only goes back to 2018 on Kraken. So 130 was the high. Did we break that high? We just broke it. We just broke it. So yeah, I would say that. Did we close above it though? We did. So we're right there. So we're at a double top, right? If I had the rest of this price data. Let me see if I can find it on Bitfinex. No, it's not even providing it. Probably because TradingView just started offering the chart. Let's see if USDT has it. Nope. Yeah, they probably just started offering this data on Cardano. That's probably why. This is a mess up. But yeah, I see this a lot on TradingView for some reason, that there's a big spike on the beginning of price whenever TradingView displays it. So we just broke it. So I would say these lower levels, we have the double top. I'm going to leave these on here until we break out significantly. We did have a weekly close above it, but we are pulling back. So I do say something that I've learned, that double tops are not that common anymore. I think we're going to go higher. This would have been in the bear cycle, and we even went to March, so that's pretty low. Is that lower than this low? 0.03, this is 0.27. I could draw something here and then just use this as the base. I'm going to draw it wrong, but I'm going to say that this was the previous high, so it's going to be okay. There we go. So where are our targets? Based on the Fibonacci. We start adding some in. Let's see. I mean, I can add them all in, and then we'll just see where we get bundles. I don't want to get bundled up prices. That's probably okay. So, I mean, the next resistance area should be 166. Yeah, somewhere around there. Around 166. But 150 is probably likely, considering we're getting consolidation. So that's about it for Cardano. I could spend more time analyzing it, but just as a general overview, if I'm looking at this quickly, I have my Fibonacci on here. And then we did get a 9. We haven't retested that area. I think we're still in a bull cycle. We are consolidating between 103 and 130. We could get pullback areas. We can see how this was support. Even, price ran all the way back up, even after this large sell-off. Man, that would have been awesome, right? You had fills down here, and then all of a sudden you're up 600%. That was a good day for whoever got filled down there. So yeah, that's it. Consolidation. Soon as we have a daily close, probably above this high of 150, 160 looks good. Let's see if we can be a little bit more optimistic on a shorter time frame. I would say right here, 124. We get a close above 124. These upper area wicks of 135, above 125, 150, a new all-time high could be in order. Yeah, where's this Fibonacci at? 131. So say 130. Above 130, we'll probably make a crack at a new all-time high, because there are no double tops. So we didn't really close above it. We were just right around it. And then the upper end would be like 160, somewhere around there. So yeah, there's probably still more upside on it. I don't know what's going to happen with the network. Don't ask me any questions like that. Just technically, if I don't know what this asset is and I'm looking at it, that's the analysis on it. So appreciate it. Leave comments in the comments, and thanks for watching.